My name is Kehinde Adegoke, otherwise known as Kenny Crown. I'm a writer or speaker, liberation, and intentional lifestyle coach. And you are welcome to Monday Motivation. On this platform, we inspire, we motivate you, liberating you from just living into intentional living. And happy Easter! It is Easter Monday and it is such a privilege to be here with you. And if this is your first time being on this platform, please do not hesitate to like, subscribe, share, and follow us. And above all, we would like to read from you. So because it is Easter Monday, we will be speaking about no more restriction. But before we go into that, what do we understand by restriction? Restriction is any limiting condition, whatever condition that you may find yourself or whatever that could limit you from fulfilling why you are here on this planet. Fortunately, limitation is now a choice. You would wonder, why did I say that? We can choose if we want to remain restricted or we want to fight our way through into becoming all that God wants us to be. We need to face the fact restriction will not stop posing itself and stationing itself at our point of breakthrough or where we are expected to excel. But then we need to think about it. Will I allow this restriction keep me bound without fulfilling that purpose, without achieving my goal? So restriction could be in different form. It could be a self-imposed restriction, meaning that you give so many excuses why you cannot be who God has called you to be. So take, for instance, you want to be a speaker and you're thinking, oh, because I stammer, no one wants to hear a stammerer. Who says so? Remember, in the Bible, when someone used that as an excuse, the solution that was provided for him because of that excuse was the reason why he was not able to fulfill his purpose. Do you understand that you can either use your restrictions for your elevation or you can allow your restriction keep you bound? It is a choice. You can either go there and stammer. Those people who are called to listen to you will listen to you without that thing that you call a restriction. So take, for instance, you're trying to start a business and you're looking for a huge sum of money. You're thinking, if only I can get 10 billion naira, if only I can get 10 billion pounds or 5 million pounds, then I'll be able to achieve this particular thing. Then you're going to wait a whole long time, because 10 billion naira or 5,000 pounds will not just appear at the table one morning. No, you need to work your way to getting what you need for your desired purpose. And what do I mean? Sometimes you don't even actually need that money. Sometimes you need information. Sometimes what you need is a person who knows something or someone that could help elevate that limitation or that restriction that you've held yourself in or that you've kept yourself in. So that business that you're trying to start, why not start it with the amount of money that you have right now? Yes, it may not yield the increase that you expect, but there will be dividends on it. There will be a level of increase on it. But you've moved from that business just being an idea in your head. It has now become something that you're working on. It's become an action. You've placed an action plan so that you can be able to fulfill that. So you just have 50,000 naira, or you've just got 1,000 pounds, or probably 50 pounds. By the time you start that business, by the time people start knowing you for what you do, that small amount that you have invested in that particular business will then start yielding results. That is how to break your limitation. To break your restriction, you need to start from where you are now. What do you have right now in your hands? What do you have that you can start with? We all cry poverty, but what are you doing with that £1 you have? What are you doing with that 5 naira that you have? What are you doing with that 10 euro that you have? What are you doing with that 50 rand in your hand? How can you multiply that to uplift you and get you upgraded into the next richest man? I know a young boy whose passion is to feed thousands of people, make sure that no one goes to bed hungry. But this amazing brother of mine started from feeding one family. So before you think about the big crowd, before you think about speaking to people on the stadium or healing multitude of people, why not start with one person? No matter how big your dream is, you need to start from somewhere. No matter how huge you've dreamt about it, no matter how it looks on paper, you need to still break free and start with that little thing that you have in your hand. So there is no restriction whatsoever. You need to start working on it. Sometimes your own restriction could be doubt. How can you move from doubt? It's just try whatever you want to do. Try being scared. Try being afraid. When you know that something is a limitation for you, fight that particular thing. If you know that stage 5 is the next, but you have your doubts, do I have the potential? Do I have the capacity? Do I have everything that it entails? Or probably you're looking for a job and all the qualifications and their requirement feels too big. Why not apply anyway? And by the time you apply for that job, try and sit on their requirement. After time, we have those requirements that they require, but it might not be in the term that they have put it. And by the time you're able to sit down, understand their requirement, then you can then see how it fits into you, or the scenarios that you could build from that particular thing, and then apply it or attach that to your form and fill it, send it off. Do it being scared. What is the worst that could happen? Is that your application could be rejected, and that's it. But you can also require why your application is rejected, so that by the time you are applying for that particular position again, you know exactly why you have been rejected. So restriction is an embargo, but you either choose for it to stamp your life or for you to break free from it. The good news is there is always a solution. You may not have that particular information now that will break you forth into your greatness, but there is someone who holds the key to that particular thing. You just need to connect with that person. You just need to have the right information. Sometimes you have to put yourself out there. Start putting out your ideas bit by bit. There will be a connection that will help you grow and build that dreams in you for the manifestation. So it is a choice to be restricted. So would you choose to remain restricted, or would you start right now to look for opportunities that would break you free from those limitations? Sometimes you may have to empower yourself, and I mean be knowledgeable about that particular thing, so that you can know how to solve, how to break free from that situation or from that restriction. So do not stay confined. Do not stay limited. Do not think about a particular thing as a restriction to you. When it feels like a restriction, find a way to break the barrier. That is who you are. I believe in you. Believe in yourself and break those restrictions. Start manifesting. Bye now.